up and welcome back to Interpreting the Scares! That's right, we're back at it on a month-long trip throughout the nightmares. Now, remember this month I'm taking a look at 31 foreign horror films that I've never seen before, all in chronological order. So I've already talked about the original Ringu film, as well as its unofficial and disregarded sequel Spiral, and the actual sequel Ringu 2, but today we're taking it back, way back, to discuss where it all began with Ring Zero. Some people call it Ring Zero Birthday. Personally, I don't really care what you call it. I mean, you could call it Sadako Begins or The Rise of the Ring. I don't really care. You get the drift. Now, horror icons, whenever they dive into origin story territory, I'm always a little bit on the fence because they can often feel pointless and they remove the element that makes those characters so captivating to begin with. But sometimes you do get a winner. Let's find out which of the two it is with Ring Zero, and let's get cracking. So with Ring Zero, we get to see another side of Sadako. Before she died and was sent down that well, we're told through her perspective what truly happened to her that made her turn into such a vengeful and rage-filled spirit that we all know and love. Because as the film begins, you learn that she's actually quite nice. She does have special abilities, but nothing that she's using to harm other people. Instead, she could perform miracles if she wanted to. On the contrary, it's everybody around her that's spreading rumors that she's a psychotic killer. As we saw in the previous films, there was an ESP session with her mother that ended in a number of reporters getting killed. People say that they saw Sadako there, and she was the one that was responsible for all these people's deaths. And that is where our story starts to get a little bit jumbled. The main thing that you need to know about this movie is that yes, Sadako is evil, but at the same exact time, she wouldn't hurt a fly and she's as misunderstood as Carrie was. It's both a multiple personalities thing and it's not, as they decided to go the evil twin route. And that's ultimately where the film kind of loses me. The idea that the film is trying to convey here is that somewhere, years before, Sadako split into two and there's a good one and a bad one. They both have abilities. One's cursing and killing others while this one's not. It's unclear to me if the evil twin is flesh and blood or just a spirit. The movie's not really clear on that front, but it certainly moves around and it disappears like it is a ghost. It seems to me though that they did this in an effort to make sure that the Ring series still felt like the Ring series, even though Sadako was not dead yet and the tape hadn't been created. Without this evil Sadako, the film wouldn't necessarily be considered horror. It wouldn't even be considered The Ring, really. It would just be seen as a random, dramatic, biographical tale of a fictional character that eventually turns evil. But honestly, they didn't know what they had here. What they had here was basically a fantastic, mind-melting, thought-provoking, psychological horror film, even without the evil twin thing. It really just depends on how you write it and how you direct it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, oh, okay, smarty pants, how would you do it? Well, I'll tell you. I would have personally kept the idea that Sadako is innocent and misunderstood. That part's brilliant. And then I would have turned the film into a psychologically self-fulfilled prophecy thing. All they really needed to do was have the people who are afraid of her, who hate her, who want her dead. All you needed to have is have them drive the narrative. All you would need to have is have them create the monster they already think that she is by killing her. Only then they would realize that they were wrong all along, that she was actually truly good and capable of so much in her life. But it's too late now, because the Sadako that they thought she was born. The tape was born, and the curse was born, and worse than they ever thought it would be because of their own selfish and closed-minded way of thinking. And they doomed the rest of humanity because of it. Now that would be truly poetic. But keeping the evil twin thing in this movie just made everything kind of confusing. Are we supposed to feel for Sadako or are we not? Is she innocent or isn't she? Is the twin a ghost that's haunting everybody around Sadako, or is Sadako haunted too? And if she is, why? I was confused, okay? Now look, the film is made well, the performances are pretty strong, and the idea to make Sadako a protagonist that you feel for was insanely bold, but also very, very smart. I don't think the execution was very good though. I feel like they were trying a little bit too hard to make sure that the film is still horror, and it didn't need to be. It would have served better as a psychological thriller than anything else. Overall, again, I didn't hate it. I still find it better than the likes of Spiral. That was insane. Though, ranking all the Ringu films at this point, it's still in third place. The first and second Ringu films are much better. But I do rate this a B- letter grade. Final overall score of 73%. 73 out of 100 possible stars. So, like I said, it is decent. It's watchable. But it could have been easily so much better than it was. Guys, have you seen Ring Zero? If you have, please let me know what you thought about it in the comment section down below. As for YouTube, you guys know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come out with my next film for interpreting the scares. Now, I will be taking a break from the Ring series. I'll get back to it eventually, but chronologically speaking, they took a break. So for you guys, you'll be waiting like 2.5 weeks before I come out with another review for the Ring series. For me, it's a little bit different because I started reviewing these movies back in March of this year, and I've been doing it week after week after week, 31 weeks before October specifically. So for you, it's like 15, 16 days. For me, it's like 15, 16 weeks. That's like 4 months. So for me, it's gonna be a lot worse than it is for you. It's gonna take forever. But in that time, I will be talking about a lot of other foreign horror films, whether they be individual films or part of other franchises that you may know of or may not. I'm not entirely sure. We'll all find out together. But make sure that you don't miss out on those next few reviews, and I will see you then. Peace out.